Oh, here's Peter Navarro, this lunatic. It's out on Fox and Friends to, give everybody a little bit of a shot of optimism. Now, if you are hearing the sound of my voice and you are not in New York City, chances are that your number of infections are going up right now because things have loosened. I just saw a report, I think it was in the Tampa Bay Times, that explained that the reason why Florida avoided a major infection explosion, if you will, was it seems that Florida residents were actually out ahead of their governor in terms of quarantining and self-isolating. They have all the cell phone data, and they found that by much earlier than when the governor decided to shut stuff down, people were already isolating and self-quarantining themselves. As they start to loosen, and apparently the data shows this, as of like mid-April, as people started to get sort of antsy and relax what they were doing, it shot back up. But, what we're going to need is people to be diligent about, at the very least, like wearing masks in public, trying to stay outside as much as possible when you have interactions with other people. Stores and, restaurants, but stores and whatnot, they need to put up protections. And when you see that people aren't doing it, tell them to stop being a jackass about it. You don't have to use those words. But that might be helpful. Here is Peter Navarro on Fox and Friends. He is trying to make an argument that this is not the Great Depression. It's all in your minds.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Those numbers were jaw-dropping, 20, 25%. The president has made it sound as if...
Let me say something about that.
Yes, please.
That was a pity party yesterday on the Sunday show. Margaret Brennan, George Stephanopoulos, Chris Wallace. It was a pity party. This is not the Great Depression. Anybody who thinks this is the Great Depression doesn't understand either history or economics. The Great Depression was a 10-year process that came out of the end of World War I and went through an inflation and then a deflation cycle. It was accompanied by catastrophic applications of currency, trade, fiscal, and monetary policy, and it lasted a very, very long time. Here's what we have here. We had President Donald J. Trump built up the strongest and most beautiful economy in 3.5 years, and then the Chinese Communist Party dropped a virus on the world that within 60 days has temporarily shut us down. And all we need to do here is focus on the mission, the original mission of Donald J. Trump, which is to bring manufacturing onshore, to have the American people make things here, and we will move forward in a way where we will rebound. Now, it's going to be a long process because of the structural adjustments that are going to take place as we adapt to the virus socially and culturally and economically. But this Great Depression pity party stuff I saw yesterday, this ain't that. And we got a great president here who built up this economy once, and he can do it again and will do it again. So let's
pause it for 1 second. I just pause it. Look at how morose the Fox and Friends look as Peter Navarro is like telling them, like, we can't have a pity party, folks. This ain't real. It's the Chi-Coms.
Keep your chin up.
The Chi-Coms did this. They dropped this with the Chi-Com. They had Chi-Com bats, and they dropped in this coronavirus. I call it the Chi-Com-virus. So pity party's over. It's going to take a little while. And they're just looking completely, they're not buying it.
Yeah, that's an epic medium face from Ainsley in the middle.
I was going to say, you have no idea what my friend with her chicken salad sandwich shop is going through right now. But here's Navarro continuing. I mean, this guy's the rantings of a lunatic here. All right, just do it a little bit, and then we'll play the next clip because he's losing it.
We got a great president here who built up this economy once, and he can do it again, and will do it again. So let's we need to focus on what's in the future here, and it's a bright future.
Right.
Yeah, got to wear sunglasses. It's so bright. And here's Navarro talking about things are so bright. Like, where's Disney? Play this next clip of Navarro on Fox and Friends.
I tell you, just as a personal note, it frosts me that Disneyland in Shanghai is opening this morning, while my own Disneyland in my homeland in Orange County in Anaheim, where Disneyland was born, is still shut because of the Chinese Communist Party. That makes me mad. And so the point here is that China has inflicted trillions of dollars of damages on us. And I think there should be some form of compensatory damages. And I think there's a lot of discussion on Capitol Hill about that.
I love how he works in the Chi-Coms.
What's Disney doing with the communists? What are they doing over there?
Why is it?
Cultural appropriation.
I didn't realize there was a Shanghai Disney.
You're a traitor.
They have everything in China that we have, only better. I wouldn't be surprised if they already have a Venice. They have a fake Venice. Maybe they'll make a fake New York someday.
In Shanghai?
In China.
Like an entire city, an entire...
Oh yeah, they do a lot of recreations. They have like the what do you call it? The mansard roof style Paris houses too. They sort of recreate European architectural styles in massive neighborhoods. I think it's awesome, actually.
I have a friend who lives in Singapore. Or he's gone over to Singapore because his wife, I think, is from Singapore originally. And he said that when they landed, and I didn't hear from this direct, when they landed, they were not allowed to go to an Airbnb. They had to go to his sister-in-law's, and the sister-in-law got an Airbnb because they're Shanghai residents. They were traced and contacted the whole time. He went out to a drugstore during the time that he was supposed to be in isolation and was met there by police who had been tracing him with his phone and said, you got to go back into your apartment. And apparently they've been able to keep it under control in Singapore in that way. That wouldn't work in this country for a myriad of reasons. One, people wouldn't agree to be tracked in such a manner. They wouldn't agree to such draconian, restrictions. But also, we don't have the competence to do any of that. We just don't have the competence. We don't have the leadership. We don't have the infrastructure. We don't have any of it. We just don't have the competence to deal with this. We're just going to have to go through it the super messy way. And everything that Mark Blythe was saying in that respect, that our country is not set up is just simply not that durable. Our system is just not a durable system to deal with these type of issues. And I don't know if it's going to get fixed in the wake of this. My guess is not for a while, assuming we get to that.
I'm worried that the U.S. government is going to learn they're going to take all of the bad stuff from China and none of the good stuff, right? Because Trump has no problem with surveillance or authoritarianism over U.S. citizens, right? They're going to be like, we need to do more of that. And, the more socialistic measures that China has taken where government officials drop off supplies for people while they hang out and play mahjong, not so much.